Though seen as a dated technology, the Simple Object Access Protocol, better known as SOAP, has exhibited more staying power than many of its detractors would like to admit. It's still used today, and it's essential to know about it if you're involved in enterprise architecture or application integration. SOAP is a standards-based messaging protocol specification that uses extensible markup language, or XML, as its message format to exchange structured information. It's used to invoke a web service, send or retrieve data, or issue a procedure call. It can travel using application-level protocols such as HTTP, SMTP, JMS, and others. SOAP was the first of its kind, enabling 2 or more applications built in any language and running on any platform to exchange data and procedure calls across virtually any kind of network. This may not seem so special in 2023, but there was a time when the very idea of such interoperability would have seemed like science fiction. The challenge of interoperability between computer systems goes back to the early 1960s. By the 1990s, interfaces between applications were either custom-coded or built using cumbersome proprietary middleware products. Finally, the major industry players agreed to come together and agree on a set of open standards for application integration, data exchange, and interoperation. And in 1998, SOAP and its accompanying web services standards became the foundation for an entire generation of dominant enterprise technologies. Despite the stigma that SOAP carries of being an outdated technology, SOAP is useful in several situations. SOAP APIs are handy when there's a need for a server and client to exchange data in a structured format. It's also effective for the seamless processing of stateful operations when an application needs to maintain the state from one request to another. In some cases, there may be no choice but to use SOAP. For example, when it's the default integration protocol for a packaged application. There is also the likelihood that you'll encounter a legacy and shadow SOAP API that was deployed by a former employee. With that said, the first step to protecting SOAP APIs is finding out where they are. In order to secure not just these APIs, but your entire API estate, you must be able to identify all the APIs you have, regardless of configuration or type, including RESTful, GraphQL, SOAP, XML RPC, JSON RPC, and gRPC. Noname Security not only helps you inventory these APIs, but we also uncover vulnerabilities, misconfigurations, and sensitive data exposure. You can learn more about our comprehensive API security platform by visiting nonamesecurity.com.